What is good, YouTube? Today's video is I investigate the dark reality of body dysmorphia. Let's get straight to the video.
With what you see.
Every day since I decided to pursue bodybuilding.
Body dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia.
It's real.
Fat gas in me.
Body.
Yep, it is definitely 100% real.
Health condition where a person spends a lot of time obsessing over flaws in their appearance, but these flaws are often unnoticeable to others.
I'll uncover the reality
Your
of body
mind,
dysmorphia,
your mind
how
always
we
plays
combat
tricks on
this
you.
issue, and also how I myself have fallen victim to body dysmorphia for my entire life.
I think
And the one
now and
place
then
I wanna
everyone
start was
gets
Venice Beach,
body
Los Angeles, the place where Everyone
dysmorphia,
cares about their looks a little too much. The first thing I wanted to gauge was how many people
especially
here
in America.
actually have body
Well,
dysmorphia.
everywhere.
I am here with
Vincent.
Doug, Liam, Ewan.
I'm just gonna call him Mr. Bodybuilder. Do you have body dysmorphia?
I do.
For sure.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably everyone like in the gym has.
It's a pretty common.
Looks like 99% of people that go to the gym have it. But it's not always the people that go to the gym. It's everyone. A lot of people.
Yeah, but 99% of the body.
See, if you didn't have body dysmorphia, you wouldn't buy makeup. Girls wouldn't buy makeup. And you wouldn't buy creams to fix your skin. You wouldn't buy any products. You would try to be natural as you can, but the more you get older, the more you get insecure about your age, your hair color, and everything.
Others have it.
It's just
Don't even
what
know
it
what
is.
Do you ever look in the mirror?
All the time.
Are you happy with what you see?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, dude, how old are you?
I turned 72 this last Monday.
Can we get a
Bro,
flex
he's
really
pretty-
quick? Come
damn.
on, give me something. Give me. Oh, dude.
No.
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 1,000%.
I do.
Yeah, I actually did. When I was actually sent to the hospital for anorexia, and it's 100% a real thing. And I think that it affects too many people at a young age.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. If you don't mind me asking, when did all that happen?
2 years ago this time.
And is it still a battle for you?
Sometimes it can be. I guess a way to put it is kind of like if someone's in the driver's seat or like backseat driving, that's sometimes how it'll feel. Like someone's telling you like, yo, you shouldn't do that.
Out of the dozens of people that I've asked, about 90% of them said that they have body dysmorphia. But this raises the question, why?
Okay, what do you think has caused your body dysmorphia?
I bet you it's the media pushing out all these products. They pushing out all this stuff, like the models, the gym stuff. It's to sell their products. So obviously when you see models and guys that go to the gym and they're massive and stuff, it's all Photoshop, right? You should know that. But when they push it out, it fucks with your mind, and then you get insecure, so you start buying all their products hoping you'll turn out looking like them, which you...
Started lifting. The more progress you get, the more body dysmorphia you get.
You think so?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, to be honest, seeing social media, you know, it's not the greatest. I mean, I think that's the obvious though. A lot of the times, man, it's just seeing, you know, people like you.
No.
Especially
no!
Instagram.
No, not in a bad way.
Okay, good.
It should be a motivational thing, honestly.
Yeah, he's trying to be
I feel like this day and age,
motivating,
You can't detach
but that's
yourself
good.
from social media, so you're
And social media, bro, especially on Instagram, the photos, like 80, I say 90%, it's all edited in some way. They don't look like they're naturally, straight up.
always going to see it, and it's just what you choose to let influence you.
If social media seems to be the leading cause of body dysmorphia,
Yes,
then I
yes,
wanted to
yes.
ask these gym bros, what do they think about the most popular fitness influencers' physiques?
Speaking of social media, I want to show you guys social media stars. I want you to tell me what you think about their body. Okay, what do you think of Larry Wheels' physique?
I think that's amazing.
I mean, iconic.
What do you think
Yeah.
of
That is-
Beef Patty's physique?
See, look at that photo. It's lighting. I guarantee you it's lighting. Without that lighting, I'm not saying she's not going to look as great as that, but with the lighting, it makes it look way more better. You can see the shadows and stuff.
What? I'm gonna go hit triceps actually. Nah, she got it.
She motivated you?
Yeah, you're doing your.
What do you think about Alex Eubanks' physique?
See, there's lighting
The guy
too.
complaining about the PEDs.
Are you calling Alex Eubank out right now? What about you?
He's on the...
So seeing these
Gear.
bodybuilders, how does it make you feel about your body?
I mean, honestly, I'm young. I feel good. You know, I like where I'm at myself. So strive to get greater and just, you know, keep going to the gym, keep putting in that work, and eventually you'll get to that point as well.
So
You know, the only person you should try to impress is yourself. Don't worry about everyone else. It's easier said than done, but don't worry about what other people think, as long as you're happy. But he's talking about the problem is when you look in the mirror, you have a issue about it. But I'm just trying to tell you that just try to be happy with yourself.
You say that seeing these celebrities and all these influencers' physiques would motivate you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that just looks like time and effort. I mean, like 6 to 10 years of time, but yeah, it looks like he's just been building that.
It does motivate me, especially the natty bodybuilders, because the natty bodybuilders, there's a lot of people that look great out there that are natural, and I want to continue to strive to be like those guys when I'm older.
Facts,
Besides calling out some of the industry's biggest fake natties, Schubek. Kidding, I'm kidding, guys. Or am I? I think it's time to talk to the people who are supposedly causing this issue, the influencers themselves, and see what
It's
they
not
think
all
about their
them.
bodies.
I am here with Eric Janicki.
Jenna Gary.
Leave Patty.
Oh, she's definitely on something.
Joey Small? Depends on how you're feeling. So let me ask you this. Have you ever dealt with body dysmorphia yourself?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, I feel like everyone has.
1000%, man.
Yes, all the time, every day in, day out.
Do you ever look in the mirror and feel unhappy or
A lot of people that go to the gym, if they don't experience that, they wouldn't be at the gym. And the gym, sometimes it enhances it and you keep going, trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It gets worse.
satisfied with how you look?
Less so now than I used to.
Yes. Sometimes I'll look in the mirror and be like, whoa, I don't know who that person is, and they're deformed.
It's purely hate, just no love, just all hate. And yeah, I think that like when I get to a certain point, just like anybody else, you start looking at yourself like, oh, it's not enough, it's not enough. And
See,
that's
like
me
I just said.
100% of the time.
Do you think being on social media as an influencer gives you pressure to have to improve your physique or look a certain way?
Yeah, but I like that pressure. Personally, me. I like the pressure of knowing
Keeps it
that
going, right?
people are watching. Motivating others is what motivates me.
What you see every day
see?
is not necessarily the progress, the advancement in your physique that other people see that don't see you every single day. So I think it's tough.
These responses made me wonder that if social media is the problem in the eyes of the audience, then what's the problem in the eyes of the influencers?
What do you think is causing the body dysmorphia?
The
for you?
media.
I definitely think it's just like a gym thing in general.
I think part of it is like looking at others, right? And just not being content
Comparison
with your body.
is the death of you, right?
Online, like, damn, I need to look like that. It's not reality, you know? Like, you don't have to have big lips, big boobs, big butt. Like, and then I'm like, oh, but I didn't need to do more cardio because my waist isn't thin enough. Like, it's just, you know, it's like an ongoing cycle. But I've like learned to be better with that,
Bad
for sure.
cycle.
And just like be okay with myself and my body and like understanding that also everyone's genetics are different.
When you put yourself as this person online, that's what you're like subconsciously programming every single day, is that I look like this.
A lot of them talked about how social media was harming their self-image. However, some of them looked more deeply into themselves, and here's what they had to say.
You have to be in love with every phase, because if his grass is always greener, like, oh, when you're like big and you want to be shredded, and then you're shredded and you wish you were bigger again, you're never gonna be happy, right? You're just like this constant cycle of just like dissatisfaction with where you are like currently.
Cycle, right? The cycle. A lot of them are on the cycle.
I would just say
I don't
embrace
know.
whatever phase
You
you're
tell
in. So if
me.
you're getting
I don't
lean,
know.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit more flat. Your training intensity is probably not gonna be as high. You're not gonna be as strong, but like that's
They like that
something
weird
I
cycle.
just started to embrace.
It just wouldn't be right to be like, oh my God, my physique, because it's not. But I do see myself not in the best light sometimes.
Does bodybuilding increase body dysmorphia?
I do think so.
What is your opinion on competitive bodybuilding? Do you think that brings out any sort of self-image problems?
I think it definitely can, and I don't think everybody can handle it. I personally am not a competitive bodybuilder, because I don't know if I could handle it.
Especially once you've gotten like show lean at least once, then it's just like, if I'm not that lean, then I'm fat. And then you're always comparing yourself to that look. And then if you, when you're coming back down, you're like, please let me be like more muscular than last time. So be successful in the sport, you almost have to be a little hypercritical and want to go and be better every day.
As someone who does social media
that's
as a
in every
career
sport,
and
right?
also has competed
Yeah.
in 2 bodybuilding shows, I can easily add to this discussion. During my last competition prep, I did not realize how bad my body dysmorphia was until after the show. My mind and the mirror were playing different games and they were on different pages. I did not see the reality.
See, look at that. Like, you can't be like that most of the year, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So once, like he said, once he starts eating properly and stuff and stops cutting, Yeah, his mind would be like, bro, you ugly ass
my body whatsoever. And one of the biggest struggles that I had after my competition was being so fearful of getting fat. I thought that if I ate one cookie or I did anything off diet, I was going to immediately just get fat. And it's so ridiculous to think that way, but that's the way my mind worked. I 100% had an eating disorder during this time, and it's like a struggle that I've dealt with since I was 15 when I first began bodybuilding.
Mind games.
But it
Your mind's playing mind games on you.
From
That's what I'm trying to say.
It took my body dysmorphia and struggles with food to the next level. It also trickled into my life, affecting that, and also affecting my relationships drastically.
And here's the brutal truth from my fiance.
Well, I mean, when you're prepping for bodybuilding, so I feel like it's probably brutal on most people's relationships.
100%.
Because you are not in a normal state of mind. You are literally just grumpy like 24/7.
After realizing how
you're hungry.
serious bodybuilding is and the mental effects it can have on somebody that can't handle
was he on the
bodybuilding
cycle?
properly, a friend that has struggled so drastically with body dysmorphia that he has quit bodybuilding altogether.
Damn.
Mr. Larry Wheels, Mr. Badass, I've heard you've made some changes and they stem from body dysmorphia, but I want you to tell your story about this. When you first started lifting and getting into everything, did you originally have the thought of becoming a competitive bodybuilder?
I did very briefly, because once I learned that you have to have like a 24/7 lifestyle dedicated to the craft, I
Yeah,
couldn't
24/7
see
is
myself
crazy.
sustaining that very long, especially at 17. And not to mention, I didn't care much for the posing. I didn't want to be a mass monster. I was pretty happy with the way I was built. Fast forward now to last year, and I decided to pursue bodybuilding, and I didn't realize how toxic it can be for your mindset because you're hyper focusing on all of your flaws.
100%.
And it was taking a toll on the people around me now because I'm like a Debbie Downer. I'm like, oh my.
It's because all you start thinking about is that, like your mind starts, you become obsessive, right? And when you become too obsessive, nothing else matters. And that's when you start, there's no good balance in your life.
After small, my tricep insertions aren't great. They're not rounded up. I'm not going to be a good competitive pro bodybuilder.
It's never enough.
And I became very negative
Addiction.
about my body, which
Addiction,
I never
bro.
was in my life before. I was never negative about anything in my body.
You were obsessed with looking in the mirror, which I understood, obviously, because you were like prepping for a show, which is everything is about your body.
And how I look. And it was really controlling my mind.
I was only had small calves. I didn't care. It didn't matter. I was pursuing strength. I was trying to be strong. It didn't matter how big my calves were.
Look at that.
How round my triceps were. But as a bodybuilder, all that matters. It's very important.
So once you got into bodybuilding, the body dysmorphia kind of kicked in?
Oh yeah. So the deeper I got into it, the worse it got.
You told me you were like, you were getting really, really bad and obsessive about this food stuff.
See?
And how I looked at my body. And we came to the conclusion that I might need therapy.
And when that reality hit, what was your final decision?
Well, I pulled the plug a couple weeks ago. The body dysmorphia was really bad, right? It was just getting worse. It was only gonna get worse, especially when I'm not winning. And then it starts to sink in like, this is, like, where is this gonna go? Truthfully, there's not much on the other side of it, even if I were to win shows, besides maybe some more recognition from the bodybuilding community, but I can do that making content without sacrificing my health and ultimately my marriage, right? I have a happy marriage, but when I'm taking things like trend, it turns me into like a paranoid, anxious person.
So he is taking stuff, which is not good. Don't take stuff.
That's not who I am, and it's a drain in my relationship.
You're always tired, you're always in a bad mood because you were literally like starving, basically.
See? Like I see.
Now, we enjoy our Chick-fil-A dates, our real Pepsis. Would you say bodybuilding?
Yeah, bro, you wouldn't be able to drink Pepsi if you're doing the competition.
It's toxic?
I think it's toxic, yeah. Like, can I put myself through that again? One time, like the bucket list, yes, I'm glad I did it. I got to experience what that's like, fully committing.
Did he win?
You know what that's like now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you don't regret the experience.
No, not at all.
It was certainly worth the experience, but I don't ever want to do it again.
I low-key feel the same, bro. I'm not
Legit.
kidding. I'm like, I don't know if I have it in me to do it again.
No.
It's time to get to the bottom of this.
How do we prevent body dysmorphia? But first, I need to figure out the relationship between competitive bodybuilding and body dysmorphia. In order to find out, I will be interviewing 2 experts. Meet Dr. Mike Israetel, a doctor, an exercise scientist, and a competitive bodybuilder. Mr. Handsome.
Oh.
You don't like that?
It's just not true, but I do appreciate the compliment.
Okay. Jared Feather, an IFBB pro bodybuilder and exercise coach in the world of bodybuilding. As light as a feather, apparently.
That's maybe a little bit unique and maybe not the average person, definitely.
Like right now, I'm looking at myself on camera and I'm
Just say yes, bro. You're trying to
if you have a coach, you're willing to go
complicate it with explaining
extreme changes in body fat, extreme changes in how full your muscles look, so when you're dieting down, and you're able to stick to a plan without it impacting your psychology a ton.
The day I began my fitness journey when I was 15 years old is the day that I decided I will never be happy with the way I look.
How old is he now?
Basically ever. Every single year I would gain muscle, but it was never enough. I always wanted more. And then I'd gain more muscle, and it was still not enough. It was a never-ending cycle, and it drove me insane for years. So what can we do to fight these internal battles then?
I developed a little nickname for this sort of thing. We call it time in the sun. That if you can really absorb your time in the sun, really have a lot of positive self-talk and affirmation about how much your body's changing and how great it is, how much you like it, at some point it's gonna sink in until people are like, hey, like, do you hate your body even when it's out of shape? You're like, yeah, it's all right. I know I'd always get it back into shape, and I think I look cool. I think that's a thing a lot of people can pull off.
Wow. Soak in the sun. I love that. Life is about living, and it's about enjoying as much as you possibly can. If you want to go out and have a beer with your friends and you're over 21, why should you not? You should not be worrying about your body and how you look.
Facts.
That's going to make me look bad tomorrow. We shouldn't have those thoughts. We should be able to hit the gym,
What's that word?
have fun, hit PRs, gain muscle, and still hit life PRs, friendship PRs, relationship
Can't think
PRs,
of it.
and just
Moderation.
live
Yeah, moderation.
absolute
As long as
fullest.
it's in moderation.
That is my message to you. That is what I want to leave everybody with, and I believe that is my purpose, to show you guys that you can still be jacked and have fun at the gym, but go out and have fun with your friends and not be worried about being less jacked tomorrow.
Stay relentless, baby.
Stay relentless and stay positive, okay?
Oh, and don't forget to use...
Well, that's it for this video. Great video. Great video. Great video. I think. If you want to watch the actual original video, it'll be down in the description below. Then like and subscribe to my channel. Oh, this way. Subscribe this way. Yeah, and let me know if you like it. Watch one of these videos. See you on the next one.